Hi guys, have you ever used Blender and thought, wow, this is running so smooth, I wish there was something that could make this experience harder? Well, look no further. Today we're making a website and a Blender add-on that will literally curse your Blender project. To give you a bit of background, I love doing 3D speedruns in Blender where I try to model, light and render something in under 1 hour. However, I've been wanting a tool to spice this up. On the last speedrun, which is actually the first video on this channel, I used a simple Wheel of Fortune website to select a challenge for my speedrun. However, recently I've been learning web programming and I just knew I could do better. So that brings us to the project for this video. We will create a website with a Blender add-on where we can pick a debuff card to curse your Blender project. Like, imagine if you're trying to model a sword but the undo button is disabled, or a random modifier gets added to your scene every few minutes. So the first step is to make the design for the website itself. I like to use Figma as it's made for web and app design and it's free. It's actually a really good tool even if you don't do web design. Also, if you enjoy this kind of content, commenting or just leaving a like means a lot to me. So for the website, I wanted a minimalistic design with a stack of cards to pick from as the main interactive element. So the design is done and overall it's pretty simple, but I think it works for this use case. Let's actually make this design into a real website. When creating a website, I like to finish all the visuals first and then add functionality. I'm definitely not a programmer by trade, so for all the programmers watching, please excuse my spaghetti code, it's gonna get worse. Alright, the visuals are implemented, now let's implement the website features. I'm gonna give you some examples for debuffs I'm adding. For example, you can only use your touchpad, or switch right and left click, or turn the display upside down. This one is horrible. So now the visuals and programming is done, however the website looks kinda static. We need to add some animation. For this I use Cavalry, which is a 2D motion graphics app, and honestly this app is on its way to beating After Effects when it comes to 2D animation, so I really recommend checking it out. First I made a stack of cards, animated it, and then exported the file as a Lottie file. And the Lottie animation file can be implemented directly into the web code. Now the website is more or less done. We can pick a card and get a debuff. However, some of these debuffs are quite hard to apply to a project by yourself. Therefore, we're also making an add-on for Blender, or rather, ChatGPT is making an add-on. And a little tip, if you need a function automated in Blender, try making an add-on with ChatGPT. It actually works pretty well for simple tasks, and I don't really know Python. Just ask ChatGPT for a Blender add-on and copy-paste the script right into the script editor in Blender. Alright, our add-on is done, now let's try it. For this test, I'm making a realistic Minecraft sword in 30 minutes. Normally, I would only use one debuff card, but today we are stress testing this. So let's do 3 at the same time. So the debuff cards we're doing today are the UI gets bigger every few seconds, a random modifier gets added every 5 minutes, and undo is disabled. Alright, wish me luck and let's see how it goes. Alright, now we're in Blender and time to test the add-on. So we have it right here, and for this test we're going to use the change UR scale periodically and disable undo and add a random modifier every 5 minutes. Alright, wish me luck. Let's start a timer and let's start creating this Minecraft diamond sword. Alright, oh man, this is already this is already horrible. Okay, so since this is pixelated, let's turn on increment, because then if I create this block, it will move like this, which is good. Oh, I forgot, I can't do undo. Alright, let's scale it up a bunch. I kind of want to match it with the grid in Blender. So how does this look? So this moves like this, alright. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I think that's good, because now if I move this around, it will move out around like a grid. Alright, so first off, let's create all the blocks, and when we've done that, we can add colors and start to light this. The hardest thing is the UI changing every 5 seconds, because I want to click something and I kind of find it with my eye, and the moment I'm going to click it, it moves around. And now I already work on a small screen, so when the UI is small, it's like, it's super small. But alright, we don't have much time, so let's make this sword. Oh, I can't undo! Okay, let's just select these. I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna make one of the colors first, which will be this brightest green. I think that's easiest. Add a material, make this into, let's see, transmission. We're gonna make this into a glass, and make sure it has the right color, which is this color. Make it a bit brighter. Yeah, I think this is good for a start. Actually, let's turn on the roughness and add a bevel. This will help add a nice edge to it. Okay, I think this is good. Now we have a small, it's hard to see here, but there's a small bevel on the edges, and that will help pick up some nice light, like the specular lights on the sword. All right, let's make the rest of the sword. Okay, I'm happy I chose this model because it's not too complicated to make, and we still have a lot of time. So I think I'm gonna put a lot of time into the rendering and make it look really like realistic. I think this is good enough for now. It's still very simple, but we don't have too much time. Oh, actually, I kind of want to add some edge wear. And if I remember correctly, you have to make 2 bevels, where one is something higher than 0 and the other one is 0. Then you choose mix color and make the factor 1. And instead of mix, let's do difference. So now we can already see that it has detected the edges. And we want to get out a value that is black and white instead of colorful. So let's do separate color. For here, let's choose hue saturation value, and we need the value. So now we have all edges. So now let's connect this into another mix color and into the factor. And let's make this a bit like, kind of like the edges on wood, you know? And I kind of want to add this to the bump too. So let's add a math node, connect this in here. Now you see it's brighter here. We want to make it darker because we want it to go a bit down on the edges, if that makes sense. Okay, let's choose subtract. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, I think this is good enough for the wood material for now. Might be a little bit too much, but let's finish the sword. Now we have the Minecraft sword, but we still have 16 minutes left, so let's make it look a bit cooler. Okay, looks like the add-on that adds modifiers randomly doesn't work, so let's try to start again. Oh shit, okay, it just added... it just turned one of the blocks into an ocean. Well, let's try to use this, like, let's try to make the best of it, you know? All right, let's just render it. All right, so I don't think this is too bad, to be honest. With the 30 minutes we had, we see some of the parts are missing because of the debuffs. I think they got like, one of them got turned into an ocean, another one, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, this one is missing too, but overall, looks like a pretty nice diamond sword. But for a test, now we know that all of the functions are working, and if we go here, we also have much more, and I think you just have to try them yourself, and I think you will hate it. But it's working well, and it's making it very hard to make stuff in Blender. That was kind of horrible, but at least it's working great. And I can't wait to use this in future videos. And if you go to 3dbuff.com, you can actually try out the website and add-on right now. But a small disclaimer, the add-on might screw up your preferences since it has to make changes to make some of the debuffs work. So definitely make a backup of your preferences before using this add-on. And I'll use this for every speedrun I post on this channel. So give me a follow if you want to see me go through hell while making stuff in Blender. Well, that's about it for this one. And if you have any ideas for more debuff cards or want me to model something specific, comment below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.